Next one comes from Nick from Long Beach. Nick says, I'm a white belt and I work in a convenience store that has a lot of sketchy fools coming in all day and night stealing shit. Every day I have to argue with these people and kick them out of the store. I feel like it's only a matter of time before I get swung on and will need to get down with them. What's the most important jiu-jitsu technique or position for a street fight?
For a street fight, blast double. Blast double and pin them against something. And then you can start delegating the terms of surrender. Blast double them into, let's say, the potato chip stand.
So there's a lot of environmental factors in a convenience store. So if you slam them into potato chips, Nick, if you can find some spicy chips and open them and sprinkle them in the eyes.
What are shaped like triangles?
Yeah, the sharp ones. Yeah, just stab a fool in the eye with a spicy Dorito. But Slim Jims are a good whipping tool.
You can poke an eye out.
You can poke an eye out with a Slim Jim. You could. Welcome back to the BJJ Fanatics podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Ford. My guest today is a cult icon in the jiu-jitsu community. He's a 4th degree black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a no-gi world champion, a multiple-time Pan Am's champion. He's currently teaching out of La Marinda Jiu-Jitsu in Lafayette, California, just outside of San Francisco. He also teaches at Half Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in downtown San Francisco. You may have seen him on TV as he was featured on Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown. He's also the creator of the Move of the Week, which has been a hit on YouTube for over a decade now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me for his 33rd appearance on the show, my good friend Kurt Osiander. How are you today, Kurt?
What's up, bro?
Good to see you, man. How you feeling? How's everything going?
I'm doing good. Everything's going, you know.
Yeah?
There's only one way. There's forward, right?
That's right. Man, you're looking strong, man. You still lifting a lot?
I'm lifting twice a week, and I'm thinking about moving it to 3. And so I do Tuesday, Thursday, and then I'll do Saturdays. Or I'll just do something, you know. But I do something every day, so.
That's awesome. And what does your weight routine usually look like?
I come in, I drag a very heavy sled for the length of the parking lot, and it's a pretty long parking lot. And that's just warm up to get everything going. And then I go in and I do some more like, you know, just like little muscles first, you know, in the legs and stuff like that. And then I do a lot of shoulder stretches, and then I start my lift.
That's awesome. What do you think is the most beneficial thing for jiu-jitsu that you do in the gym?
I kind of have mobility in my shoulders now.
We talked about that. You can put your hands up. Yeah, we were joking about that last time.
I can put my hands up now. And so all this stretching and stuff and like getting things more pliable again is working out. It's working. So I'm not gonna change anything about that. So
that's awesome, man. Well, speaking of athleticism, man, we just finished the Olympics. We just finished ADCC. We just finished CJI. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to catch up about. We'll start with the Olympics since chronologically it came first.
Yeah,
did you watch
the games are for the peasants like us, you know, and keep us distracted from all the other things. Right?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
It's scary true.
There's a lot of distractions this year too. There was a lot going on.
A lot of distractions. A lot. Just don't think about this, think about that.
Yeah.
Don't look at this. Look at this.
Dude, how about that Cuban wrestler? Mijan Lopez, I think is how you pronounce his name. Mijan, I think it is.
Yeah.
He's like the new goat of wrestling.
I guess he smashed everybody, yeah. You know what was fucked up? It wasn't on the chat. Like, I got a lot of the Olympics. I even got to see the Australian breakdancer. And but Jesus Christ, bro. And then the story behind it is just fucking crazy. Like they came up with the foundation and they were like the official caretakers of Australian breakdancing. And so it was like, whatever. I don't know what the story is better than what her breakdancing was.
Yeah, I kind of feel like not everything belongs in the Olympics. I think breakdancing is it's an art form. I mean, it's an art form, really. It's not really so much like a competitive sport. It's a really cool art form. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
When you see someone breakdance well, it's like, damn, that's amazing.
But that's why there's the X Games. The X Games can do breakdancing and wall climbing and skateboarding and BMX. That's what the X Games were really great. I mean, I was fortunate enough to go to a couple of X Games, and it was that was like, that's the venue for that stuff like that. It was really cool that skateboarding was in the Olympics because that's pretty athletic and it's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything you just listed from the X Games could legitimately be an Olympic sport, but with breakdancing, it's a specific art form. It's physical, yes, but it's not. I don't know, man. I don't see it as like a competitive sport necessarily. I don't.
It's like gymnastics and dancing together.
Yeah, you raise a good point. I guess gymnastics could kind of be in the same. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I guess. But anyway, Australia, man, did not represent well.
Shit.
Need some better representation out there.
God.
Down
oh
under.
my God. All I can say is I saw it and I was like, I sat there and luckily I was stoned, so I thought it was fucking amazing.
At the time, you're like 10.
I was like, this is the worst dance. This is worse than Elaine and fucking Seinfeld. All right, and that's a very old person thing to say, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, fuck, I think she's having a seizure.
Someone help this poor woman.
It's like, hey, get something for her to bite down on.
Dude, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, no, this is like someone trolling. This is someone being a smart ass. They got to the Olympics, they're just being silly. But apparently not. Apparently it's like that was a serious performance. That was no trolling involved.
I'm positive that a lot of really good Australian breakdancers were like, holy fuck, you know?
Like, why was I not there? Yeah.
No, they know why they weren't there. You know, the backstory is funnier than shit. It's like her husband fucking became the Olympic committee head of breakdancing and no other people were qualified, right?
So she basically used her connections to get in.
Yes.
Wow. Do you can you dance? Did you dance at all when you were a young single guy?
Yeah.
Clubs? Besides moshing, I'm talking about like actual dancing with a girl. Yeah.
With dancing with a girl, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not well, but I do it.
That's good. Yeah, I can't dance for shit, dude. Like I can do some very like trendy, silly TikTok-y type things. If you want to
dance, you want to do a slow dance, I'm fucking the man.
Slow dance isn't that hard though. That's not too bad. That's just footwork.
Exactly.
That's just footwork.
Look, I think that, you know, if you want to dance around a fire with a spear and shit like that, I'm fucking in. Yeah. But otherwise, I am a very bad dancer.
That's awesome. Well, dude, so what other sports did you enjoy watching during the Olympics? What were your other favorite ones to see?
I saw the judo. The judo was cool.
Good. Judo was good this year. Yeah.
They let him go a little bit longer on the ground, and so you saw a few arm locks and a strangle here and there. But yeah, it was really cool that, you know, and some of the guys, you know, they didn't want to get thrown. All of a sudden, boom, get that big throw. And then, you know, it was really cool. I that's what I enjoyed. My channel didn't get the wrestling though. So
dude, I didn't either. I didn't really get to follow it very much. Yeah,
I saw the highlights and like the review of it, but nothing substantial. But I saw the wrestling. Of course, there was gymnastics, beach volleyball, indoor volleyball.
How about the Roman shooting guy? Did you see his whole story, his whole backstory?
On what? What did he do? The target shooting?
Yeah. He was. I wish I remember the name of the sport. I think it's just competitive shooting. But he apparently shows up like with no outfit, no uniform or anything. He just shows up almost plain clothes, walks out, just aims and shoots. And apparently he was motivated to get into the sport due to a divorce or something. I'm going to butcher the story. I don't want to say it wrong. So everyone out there Google it. But I think the story was that he had a divorce. The wife took his dog and he was trying to use that as a platform to spread awareness about, whatever. So, but his story is very funny. And he looks like he didn't prepare or train at all, but then he shows up and he shoots perfectly.
Wow. See, he's been thinking about that ex-wife.
Just thinking about it. It's kind of John Wickish a little bit. It involves a dog, someone taking it.
You just don't do that. You don't fuck with people's pets. You don't fuck with people's cars. You don't fuck with people's shit.
Dude, how about the pole vault guy that lost due to his junk getting in the way? You saw that one?
I did not see that.
Oh man, dude, there's this guy.
I saw the female pole vaulter, and she was quite amazing. She was fucking jumping very high.
Yeah. So dude, there's a guy, and I think he was from France, but he lost because his junk hit the bar. Like he went over perfectly, and then just his junk was hanging out too far, and it grazed against the bar, and he was disqualified for making contact with the pole.
But the bar didn't fall.
The bar didn't. It might have fallen. I don't remember. But
then of course the bar falls, you're out.
But it was literally just by his junk. It was hilarious. Yeah. Which you have to ask yourself.
Girded up his loins.
He should have girded up his loins. But dude, at the end of the day, did you really lose? You know what I mean? Like now you're known as like the Ron Jeremy of pole vaulting, which by the way, ironic sport name for if you're gonna use your junk to lose.
That's hella funny.
I don't think he.
Hey, look,
he's not truly a loser.
If the pole didn't fall, then the pole went over, right?
If your package is too big and you're losing sports because of it, I don't know. Maybe that should be part of the enhanced games. They always talk about the enhanced games. Maybe there should be like an enhanced package games.
Well, then you'd have to do stuff with it.
You'd have to, yeah. It would change the sport of fencing forever.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That was fucked up, Ryan. That was fucked up. Because with all the fucking weirdo shit going on in our world, they'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a great call. Well, dude, obviously the other big events besides the Olympics were CJI and ADCC. I assume you watched those live, huh?
I watched 3 days of jiu-jitsu like I was at a tournament in the old days, and fucking I watched both venues, and I saw just really good guys doing their thing,
Yeah, dude, CJI was incredible. I thought for the first event especially, good Lord, man. They
I like the pen. The pen is nice.
I love it too. I like the walls too. I really do.
Because there's no restart. It's like, fuck that. Severa. Severa, mano. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, you're stuck in a fucked up place. Your head is jacked up. You can't scoot. And the guy's mounted. It's like, oh, fuck, how am I getting out of this? So, and what's really nice about it is like me from like a construction background. I'm like, fuck, they took 4x8 sheets of plywood, angled them at a 45, not a 90. So it's not a box. So it's a 45. So you can't like post up on it. You are always going to slide. Right. And so then you may want to slide the guy down 100 times. So he has to leg press you 100 times. And then I'm going to take him down. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
it's definitely I thought it was a really cool venue, like, a cool environment. But you shouldn't be able to run on the top and leap off.
Yeah, like flying triangles off the top.
No, I'm doing a fucking
like a pro wrestling top rope.
Randy Macho Man Savage. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna come up and run up the ramp, then do a U-turn and like
elbow drop, dig it.
No, yeah. Right? So fuck that was a cool thing. I thought that was cool. And
I also think it gave a lot of incentive for guys to stay active in the middle and avoid, like you said, obviously you can't go out of bounds, which is one of the biggest annoyances in jiu-jitsu is that there's great action happening, there's great scrambles, but then they go out of bounds. They have to reset every 30 seconds, it feels like.
Some people are like, I'm heading out of bounds.
Yeah, exactly. There's that right? too. There's people who strategically use it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it gave guys a lot of incentive. I also thought it was exciting seeing some of the guys that were not like fully fledged jiu-jitsu community athletes. You know what I mean? So we had like Pat Downey from the world of wrestling, who's also a jiu-jitsu guy too, but he's mostly known for his wrestling. Luke Rockhold, obviously amazing jiu-jitsu, but MMA guy.
Yeah.
Nolf, Jason Nolf, the D1 wrestler from Pennsylvania. It was cool seeing these guys all mixing
yeah.
in.
I mean, but in the end, if you're just a wrestler, and I mean, they're fucking superhumans, right? They're like way up in the fucking in toughness and just fucking. But they just need to learn a little bit more, you know. They just need to transfer over. But that one D1 guy, he's got a year left in college, so in the future, look, give him fucking 5 years of fucking solid jiu-jitsu because he's already got one, and he mixes it together, and then he's gonna be like, you know, Nicky Rod came out with a mission, and he fucking did. He's a fucking good wrestler too, you know, but he fucking has turned his wrestling into fucking a really lethal like jiu-jitsu wrestling, which is fucking a nightmare.
Yeah, I feel like that's if you take a really good wrestler, especially like a D1 guy, and you give him a few years of jiu-jitsu, man, and get him good fighting off his back and understanding submission defense, and then how to apply submissions from the places that he knows how to pin people to. That's a dangerous dude, man. That's a really, really solid combination.
Yeah, that is a solid combination, especially the ones that like go, okay, I'm gonna learn fucking jiu-jitsu, and they totally adapt to it. You know, I'm like. They have that aspect of their game already honed, and so they're like, man, I do have empty spaces in my information, and so the guys that transfer over totally, like a lot of the guys that were wrestlers with me and everything like that, they go, fuck Kurt, I'm jumping to guard. And I'm like, what? I'm like, holy shit. He's like, yeah, no. Fuck taking this guy down. It's gonna be fucking a lot of work and shit. And so I'm gonna fucking just jump to guard and sweep him and then pass his guard and strangle him. And I'm like, that's
right.
that's what I want to hear. You know, the guy's like, nah, you know, I could take him down. He's like, but it will be a lot of work. And so this will be easier because I know I can sweep him. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
That's awesome.
You know?
Yeah,
then I accept your jump to guard strategy.
Speaking of guard, what did you feel about the final between Levi and Cade? Like that's been kind of a controversial thing online, where it seems like half the community feels like Cade definitely did enough to win and get the $1 million. The other half feels that Levi did a lot to be offensive with his guard, and that he should have been. No.
They're crazy. No. But that's my opinion. You know, everybody's got one. It's just like an asshole. And so yeah, in my view, he was aggressor and stayed on top. The other guy wasn't trying to sweep. He wasn't. I didn't see him try to sweep. I didn't see him try to come up. Right, because he could have used his guard and wrestled up. He could have gotten the takedown. He could have passed guard. He could have done a lot more. So I didn't see his guard as being. I saw him just kind of like making sure the guy doesn't pass, and that's really cool and everything. But I saw a lot of other guards that were like really aggressive, going for taps no matter what they were, instead of just leg entanglements. You know what I'm saying? It's like triangles, this, that, the other thing, and get back up and try to take you down, and then, you know, at least, you know, do that, and then scoot after the guy. If you're scooting after the guy and the guy's like backing away from your guard, that tells you a story right there, right? I mean, shit, if I'm scooting at you, you're backing up and you're standing, I'm like, fuck, he really doesn't like my guard, right? But he really hates it. In fact, he's retreating. And so you can't be like that. If you're on your feet, then you're coming forward, right? And a lot of the guys did, like, I only saw a few guys that passed the way I like to, and the way that will be effective for a guy that wants to do leg entanglements, you know. For Cyborg, You know, even though he got guillotined in the end there, man, he lost in his first match with Duarte, and then he came back and went all the way to the finals. And he was passing correctly because he was doing the old body lock and fucking tight and pass and not get up. Everybody else was like coming in and trying to do a knee cut and put their hand on the hip. And I was seeing that. I was like, that's not going to pass unless you're extremely fast, right? But everybody had such an evolved guard that even if they cut through and then spun the corner, unless you seal that distance just as fast, they would just repose. They'd go upside down, repose, right? Invert, repose. Invert, make an X, just like I teach little kids, and then spin and face the person again, right? So there was a lot of evolved guards. So, and then Gordon fucking passed like fucking I like to pass, like pressure and fucking underhook, no underhook. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to fucking smother you like a wet concrete blanket. And then I'm going to go into the glacier pass. Okay, you don't see glaciers moving, but it is. And you cannot stop it, right? And so I feel that style of passing, Tacket passed really well too. You know what I'm saying? He was fast and he was low and then he'd fucking go, and he was doing like one of my guys used to do this. He was all, fuck side control, Kurt. I'm going fucking straight to fucking 69. And he was doing that. And he was turning that corner. I don't call it north-south, all right?
I know.
I'm from way back. Okay, I'm from way back. North-south. But I guess that was like, so, because I said that at a seminar, and I'm like, look, and then you're going to go and you're going to fucking grind around and you're going to go to 69. And everybody's like,
one of my favorite lines about that was from Renato Laranja back in the day. He was doing a video with Higa Machado, and he goes, I like to get to this position, the north or southy. He says, I call this one, he reminded me of the 69 position, except it's only fun for the person on top, poha.
It's true. That's why you got to, but he was doing a really good job of fucking smearing around and at a really high velocity, and then really getting glued to the guy and everything, and controlling the hips with his head so you couldn't invert. That's the secret. When the guy's a good inverter, you gotta come around and immediately get pressure on his hips. You know, and he was doing either body locking, and he was doing like reverse body lock with the head down, and that ruins your inversion.
Dude, speaking of Tacket, man, Tacket and Cade, what an amazing match, man. That might have been the best. That might have been the best jiu-jitsu fight in history that I could remember.
It was good. I liked it. It was very good. It was really good. The one I missed is I didn't see the Marigali thing.
Oh, really? With Pixley?
And I heard that he got chucked and he fucking AC split, right? Grade 2, grade 3.
Yeah, he got hit with an Uchimata, and he posted out on the ground and hurt his shoulder, and then fell right into a Dars. But I mean, the sequence was so quick, man. Pixley really did an amazing job of hitting the takedown, getting to the ground, and then immediately getting into the entry for the Dars. So it was a pretty solid offense, man. It was pretty awesome.
I heard
Pixley's a star.
I heard he was like later I saw like interview, and he goes, I'm not really upset about losing, but I am upset about losing, but more that you lose and you get hurt.
Yeah, getting hurt sucks.
Yeah, getting hurt fucking sucks, but that's the nature of the beast, right?
Yeah. No, there were some definite upsets, man, all throughout. In fact, Vitor Hugo got tapped by the guy from Australia, Lucas Canard. Dude, it was a huge upset, huge surprise.
No, that guy is good. That guy
he's
was
good.
He's
really good. Yeah.
Well, you know what they were saying? They were saying like, fuck, all the Australian guys were fucking just hanging out, fucking footlocking each other. You know, they're all fucking they're all leg entanglement and everything. But everybody was walking into their fucking game with that fucking standing pass or like one knee up. And that's too much space. And if you're a tall guy. My shin is really short, so that it's kind of low still, right? But those guys are like 6'2" or something like that, so their fucking shin is like this long, and that's fucking a cave. Yeah. And if that's just way too much space.
Oh man, Dante Leon beat Mika
Hey,
Galvao.
I haven't seen him for a long time. And he did really well.
It was amazing. Yeah, Dante's awesome. I wouldn't say that's so much of an upset because Dante's really, really good.
Yeah.
But I think if you looked at the betting odds, I think a lot of people would have bet on Mika. But man, Dante beat him, dude. It was amazing. I really like Dante too. Dante's a great dude. Who else, man?
Berdoni was fucking awesome, bro.
Dude, Giancarlo's a monster. Giancarlo's a monster.
That guy is a monster, and he just kept going. He just kept, he did his division, and he fucking came back and did fucking absolute division, and fucking pretty fucking impressive. I thought, and I really like the way his game is. He was doing guard, he was doing top. You want to wrestle, you want to fuck around with your guard, I'll do my guard, you do your guard. He fucking went everywhere. That's what I like to see, you know? Same thing for Nicky Rod, man. That guy fucking, he was like, fuck, you want to wrestle? I'll wrestle. I'll fucking sit down. I'll fucking whatever. Fuck. But he was on a mission to fucking finalize everybody with, and that's the fucking end game, right? That's the end game.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be biased, but my favorite guy is Rocha.
Oh, Wagner. Yeah, dude. No, he's
Look, just because he's 42 doesn't mean fucking shit, okay? He's in his prime, goddammit. Yeah. Look, until late 50, he's fucking gonna be golden, bro. Especially since he's running the special sauce. That is not just vegetables and eating right and praying to God, okay?
More than acai.
I do all these things, and I don't know what's going on, all right? There's something going on. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, something I appreciate about Wagner is the mind games he plays. He has the mental game on lock. I mean, dude, he gets in people's heads real well. He gets under their skin. He's smiling at you the whole time while he's like heavy clubbing you and like in your face, man. You know who else is very much like that too is Andrew Tacket. Andrew Tacket is obviously, apparently, I've never met him, but apparently a really nice guy. But man, he gets in there. He's a dog, man. He's smothering your mouth and he's digging the chin into your head. And
he's doing all this shit.
He's a dog, man.
All these people are like horrified by that. I think by like that kind of like mean style. But I came up with mean, so that was like normal to me. And so I was like, this kid is fucking awesome. He's like, digging the chin in the eyeball and stuff like that, and then like batumush.
Yeah. I mean, dude, at that level, especially for $1 million, it's not inappropriate. It's perfectly acceptable to be really intense, really have that edge to you. I think it's awesome.
How about when I think it was, Cade, I think he got clubbed a couple times, and then he was just like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So what about this, that fucking, what's his name? J-Rod, fucking Nicky's brother, fucking did really good too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did really awesome, and it could have been his. He just, he missed his opportunity, and then it swung the other way. But
yeah, that was dude, all around, man. Really, really awesome showing from everybody.
What about the super fight? Holy shit!
Oh, Gordon and Yuri. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and Yuri is really good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
And Gordon fucking took him down, pushed in, passed, mounted, back. Fuck, it was like nice, systematic dismantle. That was pretty nice. I thought that, he sat to guard and, he stood back up, and then he just did it like a snatch single, nice and quick. Put him on bottom, got the body lock, got his head up there in the neck, head, face area, and then put the pressure down and walked around pretty, easily, and then, stabilized and then mounted him, or went right to the mount from the pass, right? And then took his back and was up, trying to find the submission and everything. But, what I got taught a long time ago is points are the consequence of trying to make the person tap.
Yeah. 100%,
right?
Yeah.
So, And so it's not the other way around. Like these guys, some guys, you know, they're just playing the point game or whatever. But in this case, you know, the whole accumulation, all those points happened because he's trying to get to the end goal. And then the time went out. And so, you know, it was not going well for Yuri at all.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a good moment of strategy too with the points where Gordon was using. There was a position where I think it was like a reverse half where he kept getting his legs stuck in there, kind of intentionally, and then freeing it for the 3. And he was kind of smiling at the camera, yeah, which is smart, man. I mean, dude, it's smart. It's smart because you give yourself that buffer, you give yourself that pillar of points. So that way, if down the road, if anything happens, you're still way up. It's very, very smart, man.
Well, it was very IBJJF.
Yeah, it was kind of, but man, again, good is a solid strategy though, man. Really smart strategy to do that.
And then that has happened to me where the guy would pass and I go, motherfucker. And then your instinct is to recoup your guard. And so you battle and you get the leg again and the guy goes, meow.
Yeah.
And and I go, oh, motherfucker. And then because I'm a caveman, I'm like, him do again. Right. You know,
Kurt smash. Yeah.
Me think him doing it on purpose now. It's the 3rd fucking time, Kurt. Get a fucking clue.
Yeah. Then there's that PC that wants to be able to show that you can recompose. So you keep rather than changing the strategy, you just keep going head first into that.
Yeah, drive yourself right into that wall.
Just to prove that you can beat him one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I was at a Naga one time a long time ago, and my brother was up against this dude from Eastern Europe somewhere. I want to say like Romania or something. Anyway, this guy was a really solid wrestler, and he would take my brother down. My brother was like a new blue belt at the time. I said they were in like the intermediate division, and so this dude shot in, gets the takedown, and then doesn't pin. He just gets back up again. And so Chris would my brother would get back up again. And the guy would take him down again, then take him down, get to knee on belly, count to 3, and then back up again. And it was just that over and over. And so it ended up being like, man, this dude's just going for, just up and down kind of game where he's knee on belly, stand back to the feet, take him down, knee on belly, stand back to the feet, take him down. So it's kind of like, it's frustrating when someone's just doing that only. But Gordon did it in a way where it was a smart strategy to give himself that buffer or that little bit of points.
Once you get all the points you need, you know, where it's impossible for him to come back from, then you can spend the rest of the time trying to tap the guy. Yeah, exactly. You know?
Yeah. Dude, what do you think is the formula to beat Gordon? Like it just seems like no one can break that, can hack that puzzle, man. Well, what do you think is the way to give him trouble?
Well, I think probably his training partners know.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
They have to, because it's impossible. No one's invincible, and you got good days and you got bad days. But if you train a lot, you know, what we used to say when I had the fight team at Ralph Gracie is like, the harder we train, the luckier we get.
Yeah, very true.
Right? And so we would train really fucking hard with each other, with whoever came around. We would train really hard because I was like going, fuck, I don't give a fuck if people say, fuck, he got lucky. You know why I got lucky? Because I fucking trained really fucking hard. You know? Alguien vai te pagar para meu sofrimento. Right? Someone has to pay for my suffering. Right? Someone's going to have to pay. And so if I got lucky, they're like, fuck, that was a lucky punch. I'm like, fuck yeah, it was. It was lucky. It was lucky I was in the fucking gym 8 hours a day fucking training without fucking special sauce.
Yeah. I built that luck up for months and months. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it, man. It's interesting, like when you see someone like Gordon who's so dominant in a sport. You know, I was watching a thing from Chael Sonnen the other day where he was just talking, he was comparing Gordon to other athletes that have existed in other realms of sports. And he was just explaining how there really isn't anybody right now that as dominant as Gordon is in jiu-jitsu in their own respective sports. And it really does make you think, like, what is the formula? Like, how do you deal with it? Because it's been years, man, and no one's figuring it out.
Well, we got 2 years to wait until Duarte and him square off.
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
In the middle of that, though, you know, that's a lot of time, and so he's gonna have to, because people are trying to get to him. He's gonna have to fight some people in the meantime, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, dude, so what do you think about CJI and ADCC? The aftermath here. What event did you like better and why?
I think that the athletes in both venues were awesome. That's regardless. I really like the new style, no running out of bounds venue. I like the super fights; those were good. You know, and a lot of good guys were there. There were a lot of good guys at Abu Dhabi too, you know, and I thought that was awesome too. And the divisions, maybe CJI will add the 76ers, you know, the little guys. Well, that's not even little, but you know what I'm saying? But I really liked Craig Jones's thing. It was cool. I mean, you know, the winner is super stoked, right? And it changes their life. And what else? And then what was the prize money for Abu Dhabi? It's like 25,000 for absolute, 10,000 for.
I thought it was 10. I thought it was 10. That's why Craig Jones was offering $10,001 just to show at CJ. I thought it was 10, but I might be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that both venues are good, and they both get a lot of fucking good names and show a lot of good sport. And if they do it at different times, I bet you both the venues would be full up, you know, instead of competing with each other. I think that, you know, fuck you. I'll just do mine on a different weekend. That's just my thought. I mean, the first one, if there was like beef or whatever, then Craig did it right. Put it on the same weekend, right? But now, from now on, I'm like, fuck that. Let's fill our fucking place up and do it on a different weekend, you know? And then the other guys will come over here too, right? So then the competitors won't have to make a choice. And then they'll be all vying for the spot in that venue, and then vice versa, right? Instead of splitting the competitors up.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way they'll do it from now on. They'll probably have a little bit more separation. Just because, you know, I think CJI did enough to show everybody, hey, man, this is a really awesome show, and you definitely don't want to miss it. And so, you know, I think that they've created enough attention to it that they don't really need to compete on the same days as ADCC necessarily. You know?
Yeah,
unless he just wants to be just out of spite for ADCC, you know, but. Incredible event. I mean, yeah, it like you said, it's so exciting to see someone win $1 million in jiu-jitsu, to see two guys win $1 million.
Yeah.
And that is just, like you said, it's life-changing money, and it's really exciting, obviously. So,
what's the tax on that?
That's a good question. Yeah, see, that's the thing they don't talk about much, man. When you hear about prizes and stuff, yeah.
Right, you get that prize, and then before you leave, well, maybe not, because it's in Nevada, but then, you know, I wonder what you still are in the United States, and fucking.
No, you earned it in the U.S. Yeah, there's no rules. Yeah.
And we as United States citizens, we're the only fucking citizens on this planet that get taxed, even if we're in a different country.
Yeah. Yep.
So
happens to me.
I see, and you know, I know that because of, you know, being all across the world and stuff like that. And I'm like, what do you mean I got to claim that shit? Fuck that. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it is tough. It's kind of like when you see people win, like back in the day when they used to raffle off like a Lamborghini to like a McDonald's scratch off thing on the cups where you could win like a Lamborghini or something. And then you're like a construction worker or whatever, and then you're eating lunch, you win a Lamborghini, and now you have to not only then you have to pay the insurance. Like that's part of the problem is that, okay, how much is the insurance for a Lamborghini going to cost, and who has the income? Like what level of income do you have to support that? You know?
The tune-up is $2,000.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like you might as well just sell it. You know.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder. I think that there are some contests though that have some kind of stipulation in it that you can't sell it or something. Like I've seen that happen with certain things. Like you can't. I mean, I don't know how they'd know necessarily, but I don't know.
It's my prize. If it's my prize,
yeah, you can do whatever you want with it, right? Yeah, but anyway, man, no, amazing events, and obviously it's going to be more and more exciting every year goes by now, just because we have so much growth going on, and the sport's getting more and more exciting, getting more eyes on it. So
yep,
exciting times, man. Kurt, we have reached the point where I have a ton of questions for you from listeners today. For the listeners out there,
let me get a drink of water.
Okay, cool.
I'll be right back.
All right. For the listeners that don't know, we have an email set up specifically so you can submit questions for Kurt. It's askosiander@gmail.com. So if you guys have questions that you want to submit to have me read during Kurt's pretty much monthly appearances that he makes on the show, it's askosiander@gmail.com. That's where you can send these questions. And we got a bunch of them, so here we go. Question 1 comes from Anthony in Grass Valley, Nevada. Let's see. He says, I'm sorry, no, it's Grass Valley / Nevada City, California.
All right.
So Anthony is in California. What was your first and last concert you went to, and when and where were they? What was your favorite concert, and when and where was that?
Oh, the last concert I went to was Lamb of God with Slayer at Bill Graham Civic Center in San Francisco.
Nice.
It was like maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
Dude, Lamb of God is excellent live, man. It's funny.
They're excellent live.
I saw them open for Metallica back in like 2009 in Atlanta. And I was always aware of Lamb of God. I liked them okay. Like they weren't like one of my main bands I followed. But when they opened for Metallica, I was like, dude, holy shit. Like they quickly became like top of my playlists on like my metal playlists and stuff after that day. They are unbelievable live. And then it made me pay more attention to their music, which is just like one of my favorite bands of all now. Sounds like your dog likes Lamb of God too.
She likes that, except she hates cats.
You got a lot of cats in your neighborhood, bro. Probably the offspring of all the cats that used to live in your house.
They all got trapped and fixed.
Yeah.
I trapped them and fixed them all, fuckers.
You did it yourself.
Yeah. Well, you trap them and then you call up the animal people and they come over and they get them.
Oh, okay. You made it sound like you were neutering animals in your garage, which I wouldn't put past you. No offense. I just, you have a lot of sharp objects in your home. And
I think I'm going to regret it though, because since, the cataclysm is coming and everything, I could have just eaten cats.
Cat tacos. How would you consume a cat? Would it be tacos? What would be the way to go?
I think that you could do whatever you want with it. I would go barbecue cat myself.
Yeah, kind of stir fry or something.
You just skin them and spit them.
It's like what is that? Is that that pig looks rather small. What is that thing rotating there?
Hey, look, they eat guinea pigs and
they do. I just saw that.
Quite delicious. I've never had that, but I hear they're quite delicious.
It's like a Filipino thing, right? Is the Filipinos that eat? I can't remember who it was.
That was the Incans, right?
Oh yeah. It's like there was was it Guatemala? No, it wasn't Guatemala.
Peru, right?
Peru.
Yeah.
Peru. I was just watching that came up on my social media feed. Someone was posting a picture saying, "Oh my God, there's a rat here on a rotisserie in New York City, like in the middle of this market or whatever." And then people were all commenting like, "You idiot! It's not a rat; it's a guinea pig." And that's apparently like a delicate. It's a delicacy from I guess Peru. You said I couldn't remember if it was Philippines or Peru or what.
Some people's delicacies would be frowned upon. Wherever you go. So
sure.
And me, I just fucking eat them.
Yeah.
And they go, "This is what we like." And I go, "Really? You guys like that?" And well, you eat it? And I'm all, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah. You got to be able to say you tried it, man. When I was in Mexico, I ate like chili and lime grasshoppers, like baked grasshoppers.
Oh,
They're pretty good. It's like chips. It tastes like chips.
Just don't look at it.
Yeah. Another one popular here in Brazil is chicken hearts, dude. I love chicken.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite.
I don't think you understand. I look around my area, and I only, luckily Mexico's right down the street from me, and they have chicken hearts.
Oh, do they? Okay, cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a big thing.
When I fire up the churrasco, bro, I got chicken hearts. I got everything.
Yeah, they're excellent. They're really good, man. I like them. I like them with a lot of onion. Like they mix like a bunch of onion and rice and chicken hearts, and they're good.
Oh,
a lot of people don't. A lot of people struggle with the rubbery texture, but if you cook them a little bit more than medium, then they're a little more crispy.
I like put them in like cilantro and vinegar, and then fucking chew them up, and just eat them just like that. Just like
that's awesome. That's awesome. Have you ever had mountain oysters?
That's balls. That's testicles, yes?
Yeah, that's testicles, yes. You are correct. You said you'd eat anything. You said you'd eat anything, Kurt.
I would eat it. I would eat it. I would eat it.
All right, fair enough.
They've given me 100-year-old eggs. They've given me chocolate-covered ants. I've gone to every country, and they're like, this is what we like. And I go, yeah, and I don't know if they're fucking with me or what, but they're like, let's see if this guy will eat this. And I'm like,
they put like a piece of shit on a cracker. Here you go.
And I'm like, come on, that's good. Let me have some more. And they're like, fuck. Our people won't even eat that. I'm like, well, fuck you. You guys weren't fucking with me.
That's such an easy way. That's such an easy way to mess with a traveler for sure, dude. Like just tell them it's like a delicacy and make it seem like it's a really sacred thing. And
it's holy.
Yeah. This
is a holy thing we're giving you. And they're like, I think you're holy bullshit. But I'm gonna fucking.
Hey, look, I just made him eat a turd. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it anyway, fucker. Just wait till you come to my house.
Oh, that's great. Oh, so I'm sorry. Yeah, we've been huge detour. Anthony, I apologize. Anthony asked the first and last concert you went to. Where was the first concert you went to?
First concert I ever saw was Love Drive, Scorpions opening for Terrible Ted on the Wango Tango tour.
Nice, dude. Scorpions. You saw them in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah. What year would that have been? 86?
Yeah, something like that.
Something there, yeah.
It was so long ago now.
Scorpions were, they were from like what?
But 80, it was their
84-ish.
That was their first super cool album cover and super cool album. The album was
Which cover was that? What was on the cover? Do you remember?
That was a girl with her tit out in the back of a limo.
Oh yeah. Wow, that was a long one. That was an old one. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had
the sales of Chiron and all that stuff.
Yeah, dude. One of my first CDs I ever got was a Scorpio. Like it was like a best of Scorpions, and that's I knew of them when I was like, God, fuck, I must have been in like 4th, 5th grade or something like that. Good band. What was your favorite concert you've ever been to? Anthony asks as his third
favorite. Concert. Wow, that's something. It was a great concert and everything. It was just the experience and everything. But I would say I was lucky enough to go to the US Festival.
The which one?
The US Festival.
The US Festival.
And it was put on. It was way back, and it was in San Bernardino, and it was sponsored by Apple. Way back when Apple had just, like, I should have bought stock instead of just fucking gotten high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people probably in that same boat, though.
Oh boy, I should have just fucking right then. As soon as I saw that emblem, I should have said, "Fuck, I should buy a bunch of that shit and hang on to it." Yeah. But needless to say, it was a super cool day. It was like Judas Priest, Motley Crue, Triumph,
nice.
Van Halen closed the show. Who else? There was more than that. It was a full day in fucking San Bernardino, super hot. And so they took a water cannon. And so it's super hot. Everybody's fucking hotter than shit. And so they start spraying a water cannon over the crowd to help them. But then the whole floor of the pit area becomes mud deep.
Yep. Yeah. And you just sink into it.
And if you got out alive with your shoes...
Yeah.
You were fortunate.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to a few of those festivals where they were either after a rain or getting rained on. Yeah, it just becomes a mud pit. I'll ask a follow-up question to Anthony's question. What's the worst concert you ever attended? Like one that you were just like, man, that was not a good show.
The worst. Holy shit. I was always really fucked up, you guys.
So even the bad ones weren't so bad then, huh?
I don't go see bad bands.
Yeah,
I
true,
don't.
true.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go see them. If they're horrible, why would I go?
Yeah. There was never like a bad performance or like bad conditions or anything.
Oh, okay. Bad performance. Okay. Monsters of Rock, Oakland Coliseum. It's Aerosmith. Aerosmith is coming out and we can't wait to see him. And like Steven Tyler comes out and he fucking like and trips and falls over and the show was over for them.
Oh no. Oh no, dude.
All right, so that was the worst thing. It was like the lead singer came out and fucked up and was so fucked up that he fell over and could not sing. So that was a bad thing.
That sucks. That's a bad one. Yeah. I saw great band. I like Rob Zombie a lot. But live, I didn't know this, but apparently Rob Zombie has like really, really, really bad asthma. And so his production, like the music and his production is awesome. But if you're at one of his shows for like more than a few songs, you'll start to notice like he struggles. Like he struggles with his breathing and like being able to stay. And like at first you think like, dude, he's not like he's really out of shape. Like what the hell? But then I found out later like he's got terrible asthma. So the first concert I ever went to was a Rob Zombie show. I had a great time, but you could see he was struggling. It was tough, probably just because of the asthma. Yeah, but dude, you've been to a lot of concerts. You've been to a lot of shows. So how many concerts do you think you've been to in your lifetime?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
but
hundreds.
I got to tell you, like, the most entertaining and like crazy fun, because I like that. I like crazy fun. Yeah, Guar.
Oh, dude, Guar's amazing. Yeah, they're so awesome.
It was on the Have You Seen Me tour. Remember that album, Have You Seen Me?
Yeah, I do.
That tour was just fucking epic. And like, they decapitated Ronald Reagan. They fucking did Nancy Reagan. You know, it was that era, and like, fuck, the concert is just incredible. And the music, you know, it's metal, and the lyrics are funny and meant to be funny and entertaining, but it was just fucking mayhem. It was like one of the best. And this is in a little place. It's a place called the Omni in Oakland. And the building's still there. I don't know what it is now, but this place is like about basketball court size, a little bit bigger than that. And so there was fucking blood all over the inside of the place.
Oh my God.
And it was just crazy. It was, and I've played the Omni as a musician. Well, I'm not a musician. I screamed a lot. And so I know the size of the stage, and they just fucking, it was crazy. It was cool.
The lead singer of Guar is hilarious too. Odorous Arungus. Yeah. What was his real name? His real name was
I don't know. He was those guys were all art students.
Yeah. They did like Hollywood makeup and design and stuff.
Right. Yeah. They were all art students, and they go, "Fuck, let's make up this story." If you could ever find the VHS of Guar, it's so cool. It like shows a spaceship coming down and then coming out, and it's really low budget, bro, but it's super funny. And then they do there's a few videos of their songs and stuff, and it tells the story of where the cuttlefish comes from. And everybody else is like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I know, for non-metalheads, you guys have to look up Guar. Guar is basically a sci-fi fantasy metal band played by these characters who are supposed to be from another planet. It's a really fun thing that they do. And then they have this giant worm looking thing where they'll actually feed audience members to this giant, where you basically they stick you in this giant tube full of like, you know, sunflower seed oil or whatever the hell that's, or corn syrup or whatever. And then this big worm thing eats you. And they eventually escort you out back the other way and put you back into the crowd. But look them up if you haven't heard of them. Guar is amazing. I never got to see them live, but that's one I would have loved to see.
It's like a cartoon came to life and then started killing things.
Exactly. Oh man. Anthony, we appreciate you. I'm sorry. Anthony had one other piece, jiu-jitsu related question. What advice would you give to your white belt self? He says, big love to you both. Thank you guys very much. Anthony, thank you, buddy.
Do what I fucking say.
Do what I say. You tell yourself to do what you say.
Do it. Do what your teacher is telling you, and do it exactly like he says, when he says, and how he says it.
Anthony, appreciate the questions, man. Sorry for all the detours there. Next one comes from Mike in Grand Rapids, Michigan. He says, hey, Kurt, what are your favorite attacks from deep half, and what do you like to set up from deep half? Thanks in advance and Slayer rules.
Deep half is awesome. And the thing is like right when you start doing half guard and doing deep half, that's what, like, the first part of guard that I teach my wrestlers to do, because you can wrestle up from there, right? And then there's cool sweeps there. And then as you progress, there's a knee lock there and back takes. There's everything there. I love it, but I usually set my deep half by doing, I creep down the guy's leg, and then I set up for a wrestle up. And then if I want to spin under, then I'm in deep half with his leg on my shoulder. So I always go to that position first. So I always go down their leg and I get my head close to their dick. And then I'm safe from being strangled. And then it's easier to enter into the deep half better, right? Because you're already deep, and then you turn under, and then the guy's sitting on you. And so then the game starts.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, that's good advice, man. Mike, thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Next question comes in from Marvin from Florida. He says, what's up, Kurt? Big fan. What are your thoughts on jiu-jitsu being in the Olympics? Would it be a good or a bad thing?
I think that it would be a great thing. Now,
do you? Okay.
I think it would be awesome. The sport is still growing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's grown fast. Well, I've been in it for so long, but right now it's finally like on TV and stuff like that. I think it would be great. I mean, I figured when Brazil had the Olympics, they would have added it in, but the true fact of the matter is a lot of the athletes would not be able to compete because, just like judo, there's doping tests. That's why judo is in the Olympics. They have a governing body that's really strict about that. And, that's the only thing that I think I can foresee holding back the sport actually is if there wasn't we're going to host the Olympics, the next ones, right, in LA. So if the United States wanted, we could, that's up to the United States and everything, and the Olympic board and everything. But, if you're going to announce that the Olympics is going to have jiu-jitsu in it, then a lot of, the athletes that are going to compete are going to be subjected to doping tests. And then there's not really a cohesive United States Jiu-Jitsu Federation yet, right? Yeah. So that's what it's going to take. It's going to take somebody to organize it just like the judo system is. And then it'll be, a host sport at the very least, and then continue on from that where it could be one of the main sports in the Olympics.
Yeah. Well, the other issue that jiu-jitsu runs into for the Olympics is that there's not a unified rule set either. That's a major one. It's like we've got like ADCC, we've got ABJJF, we've got various submission only events.
Right.
And the question always is, okay, what are the unified rules? And we don't have one. We have I think a lot of people consider the IBJJF to be, kind of the governing body, so to speak, as far as like what the actual rules are for the majority, but it's not it's not everybody, you know, and there's a lot of people that are not into IBJJF at all. A very large amount of people that are not into IBJJF.
Right. So. Well, now, like, fuck, I'm not the guy to do it, but that's why, I mean, competition is good, right? So why not start why does it have to be the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation? It definitely, they have, they've cut out, their niche in the United States and everything, but shouldn't there be a United States Jiu-Jitsu Federation?
Yeah.
That, and then everything will be standardized, right? Boom. This is it. This is the rules. This is the way it is. These are the weight classes. We can, and then, of course, there'll be, I think, more regulations on things. And I don't see why, IBJJF, they're making some good money over here.
yeah. To say the least, yeah.
To say the least, and I imagine of it a lot of cash. And needless to say, there's always something to be said for us doing something at home. Nobody, if you do it right and everybody's happy, then it's going to be a lot better, right?
We'll see what the future holds, I guess. But I'm personally not too hot on the jiu-jitsu being in the Olympics myself. But we'll see. It's a quickly growing sport. It's a mostly amateur sport. So it seems like if they could get the rules unified somehow, that it could be a possibility.
What they could do it as an exhibition sport.
Yeah, true.
Right? It's like, okay, well, you want to see something fucking cool? We got it.
Check this out. Yeah, for sure. Marvin, I appreciate the question. Thank you very much. Next one comes in from James in Chicago. He says, what do you think is the most overrated metal band of all time?
Overrated. Like who? You have to give me somebody. I don't listen to not cool stuff. I mean, the most commercialized metal band, I would say, is Metallica.
Sure.
And they followed a recipe and they achieved their goal, and they appealed to a lot more people than other metal, right? Because, well, not overrated, but most commercial.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a good question. It's a hard question to answer off the top, but yeah. So Metallica being most commercial, not necessarily overrated though. So
yeah,
no bands you can think of that you feel are overrated.
Fuck. Who do you think?
I was hoping you wouldn't bounce that back to me.
Because I don't.
I don't know either. I can't think off the top of my head.
If they don't, like if you played a whole bunch of metal and I go, fuck those guys. I'd be like, then I'd be able to go, no, I don't like them.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of bands I don't like, but I don't necessarily know if that makes them over.
Underrated? The most
underrated. There we go.
How about a band that I really like? Fuck. They do Walk in the Park. They're from around here. God damn it. Why am I old now? Oh, shit. Oh, this is causing me such distress. Oh my God. It's like one of my favorite bands.
What's one of their main songs?
On Board.
Death Angel?
Yes.
Death Angel.
God, Death Angel. Death Angel is, as far as underrated. Overrated? I don't know. Yeah. Underrated? Like, these guys are so fucking, they've been around forever too, and they're still touring, and they're fucking even better now. So that's what I say. I don't know who's overrated, but underrated, I think it's, what are they called again? Oh my God.
Angel. Death Angel. Oh man.
Fuck me. Getting old fucking sucks, bro. Jesus.
Did I ever send you that band Bellacore? The guys from Australia.
No, I don't think so.
Dude, they're good. They're really good. There's this band called Bellacore that I think is a really underrated band. Not so much underrated, I guess, just not as popular as they should. Well, I guess that's underrated, right? Yeah, they're an amazing band from Australia called Bellacore that I really
all right.
I'll send you. Listen to their album called Stone's Reach. It's a really, really, really good album, and they're an awesome band. James from Chicago, I appreciate you submitting the question, and hope you don't mind us altering the question just a little bit there. Next one comes from Danny from New York. Kurt, I love your videos and content over the years. Congrats on your sobriety also. This is kind of a gym enforcer type question. California sober, yes. Important asterisk there. What are some things that a visitor does that warrants a smashing? Also, do you have a good story about a time you had to smash a visitor back in the day? This is more of a gym enforcer type question, he says.
That used to be me.
Yeah. What are some things that warrant a smashing?
No, I mean, I think that I watched Half do it, okay? So
it's Half's fault. It's Half's fault.
It's all Half's fault. I'm blaming him. No, I mean, if you come in and you're cool and you train hard, that's one thing. But if you come in and you're being a dick and you're kind of a dick and you're doing dick things, then you get the dick. Right? That's all I can say about that. I mean, everybody I've met throughout the years has always been really cool and everything. So I'm really fortunate, not to. I mean, I would always try to smash people, but I would do it nicely.
Yes, you'd smash them with a smile. Smashing's with a smile.
Yeah. You smash them, but you don't like it unless they do a dick move. Then you abuse them. But that's about how it is. I mean, I expect that me as a person who's gone all kinds of different places, I expected to get people to try to kill me, and so that's why I trained so hard, and people would try to kill me, but they wouldn't do horrible things to me, right? So I always was very respectful, and I'm a pretty fucking cool person unless you're fucking on my bad side. So
yeah, that should be the slogan for your school. Smashings with a smile. It's a good one. Danny, good question. I appreciate that. Thank you for submitting that. Next one comes from Michael in Vancouver. He says, do you think jiu-jitsu has become less effective for MMA? It seems that most people who train jiu-jitsu these days aren't really focused on MMA like they were in the past. It seems the most talented jiu-jitsu guys stay with competitive jiu-jitsu now. Do you think that's caused the art to not be represented as well as it used to be in places like the UFC?
It's a different aspect of jiu-jitsu. It's totally different when you throw in punching and kicking and elbows and knees and stuff like that. So those guys are doing what is like required. Well, not all of them. Let me put it that way. A lot of them, they don't know shit, but they are tough and they can punch really hard and kick really hard and wrestle. And, so you see how the sport was like in the beginning UFC. You saw Hoist tapping all these people using jiu-jitsu a lot because people didn't know about it. And then it evolved. And then they were like, well, if I don't go on the ground with this guy and I just sprawl and brawl, the jiu-jitsu guy's fucked. Well, then the jiu-jitsu guys went back home and they said, hey, I'm going to learn how to punch, kick, and wrestle. And then come back and wrestle, goddammit. And then come back and I'm going to fucking kick, punch, wrestle them, and then do my jiu-jitsu to them. So everything, it evolves, it de-evolves, it evolves to a point where, okay, these positions aren't viable. You can't be there because the guy will punch and kick you. So the jiu-jitsu becomes a different facet of jiu-jitsu completely for MMA. How's that?
Good answer. I like it, man. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate, man. Pretty on point. Well said, Kurt. Michael, appreciate the question there. Next one comes from Nick from Long Beach. Nick says, I'm a white belt and I work in a convenience store that has a lot of sketchy fools coming in all day and night stealing shit. Every day I have to argue with these people and kick them out of the store. I feel like it's only a matter of time before I get swung on and will need to get down with them. What's the most important jiu-jitsu technique or position for a street fight?
For a street fight, blast double. Blast double and pin them against something. And then you can start delegating the terms of surrender.
That's good. I like that.
Right? Because you blast double them into, let's say, the potato chip stand. And now they are entangled in the potato chip stand, and you are on top of them. So you can now start saying, look, I'm going to start punching you, or you'll be choked unconscious. Or both of them. Or you can stop moving and wait for the police to arrive, right? And then you restrain them against their will.
So there's a lot of environmental factors in a convenience store. So if you slam them into potato chips, Nick, if you can find some spicy chips and open them and sprinkle them in the eyes. What are
the ones that are shaped like triangles?
Yeah, the sharp ones. Yeah, just stab a fool in the eye with a spicy Dorito.
Or you stock the special chip bags where you're going to run the people into with caltrops. Yeah. Caltrops.
That's a good Slim Jims. Slim Jims are a good whipping tool. You could definitely cane someone with a Slim Jim.
You could poke an eye out.
You could poke an eye out with a Slim Jim. You could. You definitely could. Nick, all joking aside, man, my advice to you, do not get in any altercations over something at your store. If someone's stealing...
The place has got insurance.
Yeah, bro. Like, honest to God.
And like, you got video cameras and shit, but the funner side of me... Look, if you confront them, or the best thing is, like, as soon as they open the door, you go, no, it's closed. Yeah. You can't come in here. You're not allowed in here. So, like, diffuse the system right away. It's like, you know him from past experiences. So it's like, nope, you're 86, bro.
Yeah. Don't let him in the store. That's a smart move too. But yeah, Nick, don't be the guy that gets stabbed over, saving your boss's fucking apple danishes from getting stolen or whatever. That's not the way to go.
Now, look, if he comes in your academy, then I say chase him down the street and try to kill him.
It's like, wouldn't that be funny if you got paired up with, like, a new guy starts up and it's a guy that he had an altercation with at the gas station he works at, and now they're training together. That'd be the most interesting rivalry in jiu-jitsu ever.
Every day. I put them together every day.
Exactly. Nick,
as an instructor, I'd be like, Bob, Jim,
get him, Nick. Yeah, definitely pushing for Nick on that one. The honest, hardworking guy. I'm definitely on team Nick. That other guy can eat shit.
That's what you notice is like regular criminals don't train jiu-jitsu. They can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, they're also usually they're not disciplined. They're completely, their life's in disarray usually. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's true. Nick, appreciate the question. Please stay safe out there. Don't get in any fights over whatever crap they sell at your gas station. You said convenience store. I'm assuming it's a gas station. I'm sorry if it's not. Sean from Detroit says, what's up, Kurt? I had a question about competing. I have mixed results in tournaments, and I feel like I struggle with being more concerned about losing than I am excited to win. Some tournaments I do okay, but most of the time I'm just trying not to lose, and I get stuck in bad positions a lot trying to survive. Any advice?
Okay. So, you can't go in to a match, right? Or a competition or anything. There's always that doubt, but if you concentrate on your preparation as part of your confidence, that'll negate your doubts on yourself, right? So I get like so super ready that I'm like, I've done everything I can do, and all I got to do is do my game or adapt, and then I'm not I believe in my jiu-jitsu, and I believe in what I'm doing. So I think that going in with that mindset already is not good. You have to go in there like, fuck, I'm ready. I did everything, and now let's see what happens. Because if you're just trying not to lose, you already said the key word is like, I'm just trying not to lose. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Solid feedback, Kurt. I appreciate that. Sean, thank you for the question, man. Final question from the listeners for today, Kurt. We got Danny from Arizona. Danny says, Kurt, I've heard you speak over the last few years about how crazy California has gotten. Do you think you'll ever move away? If so, where would you go? Arizona's cool and we have lots of freedom compared to California, just saying.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely go somewhere hot.
Yeah. I don't see you being a cold weather guy. Yeah.
No, I'm not going. There's no fucking way. I'm going where there's fucking snow. Okay. I'm not. See, the thing is, if you have the right clothing and shit and a lodge,
yeah,
cold would be all right. But no, like, I think that it's fucked up right now, but I don't see myself moving from here because it's so, like, what's cool is still cool, and what's not cool, we're going to fucking fix. How's that?
It's a good answer. You're kind of a quintessential California guy, man. I don't think,
you know what? Everybody thinks that California's all fucking these weirdos that are on TV and everything like that. And that's true, but a lot of these weirdos weren't here.
They were shipped in from other places. Yeah.
They came here. I don't know, and how they're staying here or why they want to change everything into weirdness. But most Californians don't think that this weirdness is cool.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure a lot of the United States doesn't think that this weirdness is fucking cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I was reading a thing, I think it was a couple of years ago, where they were saying that U-Haul, the company U-Haul that rents the vans and stuff, they were having problems getting trucks available for people to move in California because there were so many people leaving and not bringing the trucks back that they had to like ship in more trucks from abroad. Like they had to get them on like flatbeds and bring them back to California. And I don't know if it was, I don't remember if that was during the pandemic or what, or when exactly that was, but there was a lot of people leaving. And so I was thinking about my friends that live there and whether or not they would be leaving too. There's a lot of people going to Texas and things like that.
Yeah.
But I can see you doing well in Texas. Texas, I think.
God damn, I'm about that shit. Fuck yeah. What? That's what Texas go. What? I'm on fucking. If you want to see a larger Texas, come and help us, fucker. We'll make it fucking all Texas. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it. We'll make Arizona, California, and Texas into one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. Bam, bam.
Yeah, man. I could say. All that being said, I think seeing Kurt outside of California, that would be, you kind of be a fish out of water a little bit, man. I think that California really is home, and you're a California guy for sure.
Well, I want to just like tell everybody that I am not down with any of this shit.
Yeah.
Tell you right off the bat.
Danny, I appreciate the question, man. Sounds like Kurt probably won't leave California, but if he does, Arizona could potentially be. It's hot enough to attract him, maybe. So
absolutely.
Maybe someday.
Plus, I got friends down there. I like Arizona.
Arizona's cool. Well, Kurt, that was the last of them, man. I appreciate you doing this with me again, as always. Again, for the listeners out there, Kurt's on, as you probably know, if you listen to the show regularly, he's on almost every month. So if you guys want to submit your own questions for me to ask Kurt, the email is askosiander@gmail.com. Make sure you guys message your name and where you're from, and then your question, and I'll happily read it on the show for you. Kurt, what are some of your goals for the rest of the month, man? What are some things you got going on coming up here the next 30 days or so?
I would like to do seminars. I'm just working on getting stronger and back in shape, man. That's all I'm doing.
Awesome.
All I'm doing is trying to get the machine back to where it was or close as possible.
Excellent. Well, man, you're well on your way. You're looking better every time I see you, so just keep it up. And for all the people out there, if you want to keep up with Kurt, it's real easy. He's on Instagram mostly. Osiander, it's Kurt Osiander on Instagram. So make sure you guys are following him there. If you guys are ever traveling through Northern California, he teaches at Lamborghini Jiu-Jitsu in Lafayette, California, just outside San Francisco. He's also at Half Gracie. Saturdays, Kurt, at Half's?
Saturdays at Half's, 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Saturdays at Half. So if you're ever in the city, drop into Half Gracie's on Saturday morning.
And at Sunset BJJ at 11:30.
Oh, nice.
In the
cool.
city.
Perfect. So 2 locations in the city, Sunset BJJ and Half Gracie. Make sure you guys are dropping in and checking that out if you're in town. And Kurt, look forward to the next one, man. We'll do it in another month or so, as always.
All right.
All right, brother. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. Please stay tuned for the next episode of the BJJ Fanatics podcast.